Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited to share with you a very quick video on how to do some mirror stamping. So we are getting right into it. I'm going to give you 3 examples of how to do this, and it's easier than you think. Okay, so the first one is going to be just simple stamping. Now, I don't have any special tools. I just have a silicone mat. You can use the back of a large stamp, something that's going to grip the image for you and allow you to then transfer it onto something else. I do highly recommend a pigment ink for this. I find that it transfers the cleanest, but even if you use a dye ink, you can take a black marker and outline it. So no worries if you don't have any pigment ink. But there's the first example. You stamp it down onto the silicone mat, and then you just pick it up with the cardstock. Okay, the next example. This is really a great tip for if you're going to make a spinner card where you want the same exact image on both sides. So you're going to stamp it on your silicone mat first. Then you're going to stamp it on some white cardstock. And because it's pressed down into the silicone, that is going to give you a perfect image. Now, the silicone here is just from my die cutting machine. It's one of the mats you use if you want to do embossing. So you probably already have that in your stash. It is best to use it with maybe the corner of a scoreboard or a MISTI, something that can help you with perfect placement. Okay, our third one, which is we're actually going to make a card with. I am going to show you how imperfect mirror imaging could really be to your benefit if you want to do something like this. So you can take maybe a tree image, or in this case, I'm using the word hello. Either way, but you'll see this, the vision of this come together as we go through. But I'm going to stamp my word out onto the silicone mat here. And by the way, these are all 3 different silicone mats and they all work great. So just something with a little give, and that's going to capture that image for you. Now, I had to pre-plan this. Where did I want my hello to be upside down? Because it's going to be sort of the reflection of the water. So I had to do that pre-work before taking to video. Now, when I flip it over, I wanted my hello upside down. This way, you're going to see it's going to mirror exactly the crisp hello. Okay, now I'm going to take this to my stamping platform. I'm going to place down the stamp again where I would want it, and I can stamp this as many times as I want and get a crisp black image. Now, it's okay that the bottom one isn't crisp and black. That's okay, because when you're doing a reflection image, it's not going to be perfect. So that worked out really well. So imagine this with sort of like a tree. That would be really cool to see that reverse image in the water. Now, a couple key points. I'm using watercolor cardstock, and I'm using the pigment ink is waterproof. So those are 2 real important things if you're going to follow this blueprint for this card. I just put some ink down into the little divots there, and I'm using water, and I'm just making a sunset type of theme here. But sunset, sunrise, doesn't matter. But I'm just going in with my pinks, blues, and purples, and I'm going to just keep doing that until I'm happy with my coverage. You can do this any kind of way you want. You don't have to make it into a specific scene. I do like the layers of the ink as opposed to ink smooshing, because I do want to capture this to make it look like water. You can see I darkened it a little bit at the line where the water would be. That's something you do kind of want to decipher so it looks like water. And then I'm going to heat set this to get it to dry a little bit faster for me. So the bulk of that image is done, right? Now I do, of course, I have a hard time just wasting ink, so I put some in, just some lines onto my silicone mat. Another great reason silicone mats are cool, because you can do some ink smooshing there. I just place down some more watercolor cardstock, pick it up, and I get a really cool subtle background to use at a later date. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do for this card is I wanted to freehand some of those things that come up out of the water. I know they have a name. It's a cute name, but I don't recall it. If you know it, put it in the comments. But I'm going to just go ahead and just freehand right onto my cardstock, which, yes, of course I was nervous to do that. All right, I'm going to trim this down a little bit smaller than an A2 size so I get a little bit of a border. And you want to do that evenly on either side if you're going to make that choice. Now, here's where I feel like the magic happens, because it makes it look so much more realistic. I took some clear pops of color, and I'm going through, number 1, drawing the line of where the water would start, and then just putting some lines just in any kind of fashion straight across, in horizontal, right? It's nothing, I didn't put any too much thought into it. And that finishes the card. I thought this was so much fun. I wanted to give you an idea to get outside the box with your mirror stamping. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you're inspired to get into your craft room and start to play. I will link what I can for you in the description box below if you're interested. Otherwise, I will see you in the comments down below and in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, before you go, did you know that I do live online classes every single month? I would love to have you join me. Be sure to click the link in the description box below, and you can find out from my website when our next class is coming, as well as how to register, and you can even access all the replays that I've done so far. Right now, today, it's 50% off of $25, so you'll get all of that content, over 24 hours of content for $12.50. So check that out in the description box below. All right, I hope I see you in class. If not, I'll see you in the next YouTube video. Bye-bye.